because the industry says that when you aren't a certain size, that you don't have any value. So the typical, there is no medium, right? So either you look like this or you look like this. Olive oil or Jessica Rabbit. There is no in between. And that's what I was saying in the last episode, is that you cannot compare yourself. And when I share with you these examples of your rising sign, that's all it is an example. It's more about the clothes than the person who's wearing the clothes, because there aren't very many examples for our sizes, our natural sizes. Hey, welcome back to Houseworth. I'm your host, Julia Sasser. So on the first episode, we talked about your rising sign and your Venus placement. And I gave you some examples of what your aesthetic is. And so I walked you through the neuroplasticity, like the steps to change your mindset around your value and your worth. And then also shared how going through your closet and taking inventory of things that you can eliminate that doesn't really correlate to your personal style, that maybe you bought on an impulse or because it was on sale, like I did. I am in the middle of getting rid of a lot of things in my closet. And the reason is because there is a certain feeling you get when you dress. I don't want to say dress to impress, because you're really dressing for yourself, but there is this feeling of confidence when you feel good in what you're wearing. It's like a second skin. So one of the things I did say was that if you dropped your rising sign in your Venus placement, I might be choosing you to go deeper into your personal style. And in one of the short version videos that I did, there was a comment. And this is exactly what I am talking about and why I'm creating these episodes around self-worth and why it's called House of Worth, because we are going through each house in the zodiac sign. So, girl, let me just say, the industry has really done us wrong, and the mindset is crazy. So what she commented, now, first of all, she is a Scorpio rising and she has a Scorpio Venus. So that's badass energy right off the bat, right? And she said that if she was skinny, she would still dress sexy. Or when I was younger, I would dress that way. I'm getting there. Okay. Those were two key words that stuck out to me, because the industry says that when you aren't a certain size, that you don't have any value. So the typical, there is no medium, right? So either you look like this or you look like this. Olive oil or Jessica Rabbit. There is no in between. And that's what I was saying in the last episode, is that you cannot compare yourself. And when I share with you these examples of your rising sign, that's all it is an example. It's more about the clothes than the person who's wearing the clothes, because there aren't very many examples for our sizes, our natural sizes. And I was talking about, like, when you decide that you want to become healthy, you do it because you want to get strong, not because you want to get skinny. This skinny thing, it's from the beauty industry. And I want you to know this, that the beauty industry is predominantly ran by men. So what their aesthetic, what they're looking for is like more like olive oil. And then they do love the curvy Jessica Rabbit, but there is nothing in between, and we have to change that. So in this new world that we are entering into, that we are creating, we are going to uh, eliminate, delete the societal norm because it's just not working for us anymore. And I hear her saying this, and she says, you know, I'm a bigger girl, but I'm curvy for my size. Well, that's beautiful. So why are you waiting until she says she does what after she says that she says, but I still want to be skinny. And this is it just makes me so angry. I mean, I feel for you because feel for her. If you're watching this, I feel for you because the dogma that is out there when it comes to beauty standards is crippling us. And you're beautiful at any size. When I think of the movie I Feel Pretty with Amy Schumer, I love that she bumps her head and confidence is the new beauty standard. And she wears whatever she wants. She struts. She looks in the mirror. She loves herself. Unfortunately, the movie's around her bumping her head and getting amnesia and making a joke about it. But the reality is the new fashion trend is confidence. Loving what you wear at any size, at any age, feeling good, like I said, like a second skin. So I want to go in depth about a Scorpio rising and Venus style description. I want to go through that. So if you're watching this and you left that comment, this is for you. And if you happen to be a Scorpio rising and have a Scorpio Venus or just a Scorpio rising, and that's how you've been feeling, because Scorpio signs are very mysterious and alluring signs. Okay, so let's just get into this Scorpio rising and Venus style description. So your style is an aura, not an outfit. You don't dress to impress. You dress to penetrate, to magnetize, to make people wonder what it's like to be the one you've chosen, right? Confidence all the way. Scorpio rising gives you an atmosphere of intrigue. Venus adds an allure, a softness, and luxury on top of that dark magnetism. The combination is hypnotic, seductive, and intentional. So if you're walking around and you're saying that I am not skinny enough, or I have curves, but I still want to be skinny. Or when I was younger, I used to do this. There are so many ways that you can dress your body type that is still sexy, still alluring, and still has confidence written all over it. And I'm going to show you some examples right here. Look at how confident these women are. They are wearing it, and they're not self-conscious. They're not picking themselves apart. They're not saying, it's not reading that they feel like they wish they were skinny. They are owning it. They are owning their body type, and they are finding clothes that resonate with that Scorpio energy. So as a Scorpio rising, you gravitate toward textures over trends because you're a sensualist, right? You like buttery leather, matte satin, velvet, anything that feels like a secret whispered against the skin. You prefer rich jewel tones or monochromatic blacks, deep wines, emeralds, and oxblood. Colors that feel like nightfall and intimacy. Nothing is overly flashy, but everything feels expensive and mysteriously curated. So one of the things I noticed, because of fast fashion, they're disposable clothes, so they don't um, feel rich, right? It's like you put something on that is cheap, and it hugs the body. The fabric tends to look sheer. So for me, because I think I care about the environment as an Aquarius rising, I love to go thrifting and buy secondhand, because this is not about budget. This is about style. This is about quality over quantity. And in the first episode, I was talking about, like, when you edit your closet and you have really nice basics that you can layer, and they're your workhorse in your wardrobe, because they are meant to last a long time. Fast fashion, you wash it and it looks like you washed it, and it never comes back to its shape again. So you can have some investment pieces and some accessories and a couple of pieces that you mix and match that give you an overall look. This is about editing, because when we don't know our style, we fill our closet up with stuff. And then we walk into our closet and we feel like we have nothing to wear. So because you gravitate towards those nice quality fabrics, if you're saying, I don't have the budget for it, then that's what I recommend. Go to consignment stores, go to secondhand, and even all of these apps that are out. That's where, when I'm cleaning my closet, I'm putting stuff on the app to resell. There's so many resale apps. Your silhouettes are sleek, body skimming, and powerful. Think structured coats, sculpted tailoring, and lingerie inspired layering that hints without revealing. You show skin strategically, never accidentally. High slits, low backs, and plunging necklines are worn like an armor. Confidence cloaked in mystique. Now, you don't have to do those deep, if you're feeling uncomfortable, you don't have to do the deep backs. But know that there are so many women out there. Let's look at these examples again, right here and right here, that they own it and it looks damn good on them. And you're not looking at them saying, I wish they were skinnier. Okay, this is about changing the mindset. So in the first episode, I did talk about neuroplasticity and how we pick up these messages from media, and they're carried in our subconscious mind. And you might have had, a family member or something you saw on TV, like I was talking about how I used to binge watch pageants and really beat myself up. But realistically, my body shape wasn't like theirs. And at the time, I didn't know that the beauty industry was majority ran by men. And so they have a type, and it's not inclusive of all women. I think it's getting a little bit better, but we have to remember that this is not about comparison. This is about confidence. Think of the movie I Feel Pretty. If you haven't watched it, I recommend that you watch it. Your accessories are minimal but unforgettable. You choose pieces that feel like a talisman, because Scorpio's energy, it rules the eighth house. And the energy of the eighth house is occultism, mysterious, the unseen world, the secret knowledge. Okay, so that's where it's like you have this air about you that people just feel your aura. They feel magnetized to you when they see you, and they don't know why. But if you're not wearing confidence, you're deflecting all of the time. And remember, what you say to yourself, your critical thinking, that's what your body is absorbing. So we're not doing that anymore. Here's some of the pieces that you would choose, like a gold snake ring, a vintage locket, a cuff that you never remove. Every detail has a symbolic meaning. Every choice feels ritualistic. That's just, I wish I was a Scorpio rising reading the details here. And here's something else you need to know as a Scorpio rising. Your movement through style is transformative, shape shifting, depending on who you are becoming next. One day you're in an all black power suit with a slick bun and sharp heels. Another, you're in a flowy silk slip dress, oversized coat, and boots, radiating sensual vulnerability. Scorpio Venus makes you both femme fatale and soft siren, with a quiet confidence that speaks louder than bold statements. This is you. If you're a Scorpio rising and if you are telling yourself that you are waiting till you get smaller, or you are waiting till you are skinny, or you are waiting because that's how you felt when you were younger, those are all nails in the coffin, girl. You are beautiful just as you are. Now, envision yourself. Go back to the neuroplasticity that we were talking about in the first episode. Envision yourself as that person. Expand yourself, see yourself, and then get uncomfortable. Like when those negative loops start coming in, make sure that you put in something positive, and then get uncomfortable and stretch yourself and just pick one thing and go out in the world with it until you start building that confidence. Watch the movie. I can't tell you enough. If you don't like, the comedy of it, just know that it is more about the message, that confidence is the new black. Okay. So if you're feeling like you're waiting for you to be a better version of yourself, know that that's a story that you picked up. That's a subconscious belief that we are working through and we are changing it. So I hope that this brings you some clarity. And as you start visualizing yourself as the Scorpio rising, that siren energy that you are here to be, and also that you step in to your worthiness. Girl, you are so worthy right now to be your authentic, beautiful self. And because you have that aura, you were born with it, okay? You have that je ne sais quoi that a lot of women wish they had, but you can pull it off because you are a Scorpio rising. And then you've got a Scorpio Venus. Come on now. It's time for you to step in and step out and stop telling yourself you're waiting for a different version, because you got it right now. And I will see you next time. If you like these episodes, again, if you want me to talk about your rising sign in your Venus placement, put it down below so I can come and record these videos for you and let you know what your description is, and what are you, also put in some keywords that you are fighting with about yourself when it comes to your style. Let me know so we can all together step into our self-worth. And I'll see you on the next episode of House of Worth. Don't miss it, because we're going to be talking about the second house of self-worth, your money, and your skills. And I'll see you next time.